200 subscribers. That's gonna take like 600 years. Because I do not upload daily.
Yeah.
I upload daily.
I guess this one will be 5 through 10. To record? No, it's Windows. You press the Windows button and then you press G. So Windows G, and then it gives you like a new line at the top of your screen. Like, and it gives you choices of what to do, like screenshot. If you, and the way to do the video is to hit capture, and then it'll give you another one. Start recording the video. And it does the sound too. And it does whatever resolution your computer's at, that's the resolution of the video. I have no idea. It's got a really good graphics card. Like, it's a pretty high resolution. So I wonder if I should just upload like the first video today and then upload the second video tomorrow. Maybe one a day or something. Yeah. Like I don't want to do them all at once because at first I was like, I didn't think it captured it because it was only the first video there of the character creation, and I was like, no, I just didn't know it's going to happen. How would you that? I didn't capture it. So maybe this is like, maybe I can build my channel. I may have to change the channel name though. Right now it's just like anything. Like there's this other lady that does Ion videos. She play on this thing called Ion Maiden. But she spells it A-Y-I-N Maiden. Ion Maiden. Well, Ion is not Blizzard though. Ion is way too soft. Yeah. Can you hand me one more piece of pizza? I'm starving.
Now there's only a putting off thing. Just part of the clothes.
Was there something you needed?
Deep in the forest, you'll find a wooden shack. An old fortune teller lives there, and some say her visitors don't return.
Was there something you needed? Goodbye.
Fine.
Was there something you needed?
He lost a wing. A wing. He lost a wing.
Oh. That kind of cool.
Goodbye.
It does though. Because the wind are catching his body.
No, I meant ring.
Can't you see
He
I'm
lost
busy?
a ring.
Oh.
Can't you see I'm busy?
I'm stupid.
Goodbye.
Well, I was having trouble talking at the moment. Mom.exe was having a stroke.
Have you business with me?
Cagrero!
Oh, great.
Cagrero! Cagrero! Hoffre! Cagrero! Hoffre! Cagrero! Cagrero! Cagrero. 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 Cagrero.
Invalid target.
Hoffray. Cagrero. Cagrero. Cagrero.
Was there something you needed?
Cagrero. 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 Hoffray. Cagrero. 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 Hoffray.
You need a clear line of sight.
Cagrero. 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 Cahofre. Cagrero. Cagrero. Cagrero.
Make it quick.
Cagrero. 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 Cagrero.
Your target cannot be found.
Cahofre.
They're called
Cagrero.
Lightfoot daughters. They sound weird, don't
Cagrero.
they?
Kahofre. Hagrero. 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 Kahofre.
All these things
Hagrero.
are falling too fast.
Hagrero. Hagrero.
Get this.
Hagrero.
All the
Like your target
mobbed.
Your target does not exist.
Kahofre. Hagrero. 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 Kahofre. Hagrero. Hagrero. Kahofre. Hagrero. 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 Kahofre. Kahofre. Hagrero. Kahofre. Hagrero. Kahofre. Hagrero. Hagrero. Kahofre. Hagrero.
Have you business with me? Have you business with me?
How's Pelumbra?
Have you business with me? You want a piece of me?
Can't you see I'm busy?
The Nogfrey.
Yes? I strive for quality. Come back anytime. I strive for quality. Come back anytime.
Ion's shade protects us. Fate be on your side. Nice to meet you. Ion watch you.
Ion's greatest gift to the weary traveler. Safe journeys.
Greetings. Greetings. There is only one way to restore our honor. Go to the Odella plantation, kill the Mao, and bring back the Odella. Greetings.
For Asmodee.
Greetings.
For Asmodee.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Hardly anyone knows that the ghosts in the Ashalkan graveyard wear expensive jewelry.
Can't you see I'm busy? Blood for blood.
Beautiful day, isn't it? Nice to meet you. Come back anytime. Nice to meet you. Bye.
matter? What's the matter? Please put my lap right now.
Cagrero! 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 Joffrey! Cagrero! Joffrey! Cagrero! 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 Agrero! 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 Hofre! Agrero! Agrero! Hofre! Hofre! Agrero! Agrero! Agrero!
Create a group to enjoy Ion with your friends.
Agrero! 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 Agrero!
That's the wrong target.
Agrero! 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 Nice to meet you. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Ion's shade protects us. Fate be on your side.
Click the Chains button on the skill window to see information about your chain skills.
Your target does not exist.
Greetings. For Asmodee. Greetings.
Ion has led you here. For Asmodee.
Nice day, isn't it? Come back anytime.
Hagrero! 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 Hagrero!
Valid target.
Hagrero! 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 Hawthorne! Hagrero! 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 Hawthorne! Hagrero! 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 Hagrero!
Valid target.
Hagrero! Hagrero! Cagrero! 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 Cajofre! Cagrero! 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 Cajofre! Cagrero! 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 Selected. Cajofre!
Ion has led you here.
Cagrero! Cagrero!
Greetings. Greetings. Greetings.
For Asmodee. Nice to meet you. Come back anytime.
Thanks for doing that now.
Ion has led you here. Come back anytime.
Ion has led you here. For Asmodee, Ion has led you here. For Asmodee.
Cagrero! 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 Cahofre! Cagrero! 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 Hagrero! 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 Kahofre! Hagrero! 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 Kahofre! Hagrero! 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 Kahofre! Hagrero! 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 Kahofre! Hagrero!
It's the wrong target.
Hagrero! 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 Kahofre! Cagrero! 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 Joffrey! Cagrero! Cagrero! Cagrero!
Ion has led you here. Ion has led you here.
Beautiful day, isn't it? Come back anytime.
Greetings.
For Asmodee. Nice to meet you. Come back anytime. Cagrero! 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 Cahofre! Cagrero! 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 The Nogfrey.
Ion has led you here.
Coming or going? Safe journeys.
Asfalumbra. Asfalumbra. May Ion watch you.
Asfalumbra. Fate be on your side.
Ion's greatest gift to the weary traveler. Says Jarvis.
Uh-huh. Take care. I hope fate finds you strong.
Cagrero! 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 Cagrero!
An incorrect target is selected.
Cagrero! 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 A hot friend! Cagrero!
Your target is too far away.
Cagrero! 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 Cagrero!
Invalid target. That's an invalid target.
Cagrero! 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 Cagrero!
That's an invalid target.
Cagrero! 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 A hot friend! Cagrero! 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 Joffrey! Cagrero! Cagrero! Joffrey! Cagrero! 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 Joffrey! Cagrero! 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 Joffrey! Cagrero! Joffrey! Joffrey! Cagrero!